Hey guys, welcome to another episode of F122 My Team. We are at Monza today, so the quickest race of the calendar. Not the shortest lap, that's Brazil, but this is the fastest race on the entire calendar. The average speed is higher than anywhere else, I believe, unless Jeddah has taken that over as a record. I'm not sure, but I believe Monza is still the fastest race on the calendar. So we're going to go to the race weekend and pray for dry weather. It's going to be really, really low wing settings here at Monza because the AI are pretty damn strong in a straight line anyway, aren't they? And we're going to basically be running 0-0 wings probably. But there is to be some rain perhaps on race day. Oh, it's a fully wet, potentially some dry running race at Monza. That's not great. That's going to take forever. Okay, will not be the quickest Grand Prix of the season then for us. We're changing some bits for practice, but certainly we'll put the new ones back in for quali. But we might as well just head straight to practice then. Try and get some resource points, because we need them. And then, fingers crossed, improve the car from there. Make sure you drop the video a like, of course. Make sure you're following the Twitch channel, link in the description down below, to ensure that you can come and watch these live. And, of course, make sure you subscribe to the ChesnoidPlays channel here on YouTube so you don't miss out on any further content. Right, let's go and get some resource points. So we are nowhere near the quali time. But also, even on soft tyres,
okay, that's the test over, but I'm afraid we didn't get what we
not that fast compared to everyone else either. I don't know how this Italian Grand Prix is going to go, especially with it being wet, dry, wet. How competitive we're going to be is, at the minute, significantly unclear. My tyre management is really, really not great. Tyre wear is... lap times are great, but the tyre wear is awful. And, yeah, not looking great. Not looking great. It might be a particularly difficult race weekend for us. I'll go and put, to be fair, I am running older parts, so I'll go and put fresh stuff in everywhere that I can, and as little amount of wear as I can in other parts, and maybe we could do something in quali and the race. Quali is going to be completely different to the race. You want to qualify well, but at the same time, by qualifying well in the dry, I'm going to be not even remotely close to set up well for the wet. So I don't know how to approach this. Just a complete unknown, but we'll put a fresh ICE in, a fresh MGUK, as fresh as possible MGUH, as fresh as possible energy store, as fresh as possible turbo, brand new control electronics, and a brand new gearbox. And hopefully, by the time we go out on track in quali, we will be competitive. Oh, minimal resource points, 281 from me. That's not great. Not great at all. Development boost supplied. Team McLean, we're nearly level 13. Getting there slowly. Right, nothing else to add at this particular moment in time. Qualifying. So we are going to improve, but not by much. Trying to get as much of a slipstream off Esteban Ocon as I possibly can, but it's not a great time. P22, it says on my wheel. We have qualified dead bloody last here at Monza. Given the nature of the gameplay this year, that's probably not too much of a surprise. But, ooh, how far off the pace was I? Not that far off the pace. Still 7/10 to my bloody teammate. But I'm not that far off the Williams. Obviously, the gameplay this year has the AI being very strong in a straight line. And what is most of Monza? Straight bloody lines. So this is going to be particularly tough. Although, qualifying where we have, team's actually has gone down, I think, in rating there. That's how good my qualifying performance was. Because I've qualified last, I can now take all of the grid penalties I want, and that will last us for the rest of the season. So I'm going to do that and give myself fresh parts in every position, because, or in every item, because why the hell would I not, given the fact that I've qualified last? Wet start, then dry, then wet again at the end. Absolute yikes. So let's just put fresh everything in for this Grand Prix and bloody well go for it. So considering we weren't involved in most of it, how is the grid going to look? Charles Leclerc P1 and the other Ferrari and Carlos Sainz P2. That'll have the Tifosi very happy indeed. Third and fourth. I wonder if anyone else is taking penalties. I've obviously taken as many as I possibly could. Norris third and Hamilton fourth. Perez and Russell. Lando P3. What a performance. Alonso and Magnussen 7th and 8th. Ocon and Gasly P10. That's killed me for the rivalry, hasn't it? I'm not getting anywhere near the points today. Teo's 11th. Danny Rick with a penalty. Teo 11th. Where's this form come from? Zhou Guanyu and Mick Schumacher, who's also taken a penalty. Albon and Bottas, who's also taken a penalty. Tsunoda and Vettel, both of which who've taken a penalty. Stroll and Latifi, both of which who've taken a penalty. And Verstappen and myself, both of which have taken a penalty. Everybody doing the same, it seems, here in Monza. Everyone's like, you know what? I'm going to get all of my fresh engine bits in for this race. We start on inters. It'll probably be inters for the majority of the race, but there will be some dry running at some point. Now, it's... How many laps at Monza? 55? 53. It's a 53 lap race. Now, being in the rain, we can take loads of fuel out, you would imagine. So we will do exactly that, but there's not really much else I can do with strategy, really. So I'm going to take lots of fuel out. 2 laps. We'll run an entire lap under fuel and see how it goes. I'd be slightly nervous that I've done too much and that it's not going to... It's still going to drink fuel even though we're in the rain. But we'll see what happens. We should be able to save some fuel as well if we need to. But I am highly anticipating getting left behind here. And as Ryan in my chat says, quite rightly, probably likely to get lapped, so not going to need to do the full race distance anyway. There will be dry running, though. At least we anticipate there's going to be dry running. So there's going to be something to do pit stop-wise later in the... Why my guy's all the way out there and everyone else is not? I'm not sure. Car behind following me round as well. I'm massively ahead of loads of other drivers. I'm well off the... Okay, well, that's bugged, hasn't it? Because... I was in the wrong... Oh my god. Yeah, that's a bug. I've not experienced that before. Hopefully everyone will be where they should be by the time the race starts. Thank you, Elgin, for the 7th month. They are in... Bottas has been disqualified. Well, that's a great start, isn't it? I shall restart the session. Yuki Tsunoda's been disqualified as well, as has Sebastian Vettel. I'll restart the session, and hopefully that fixes itself. Indeed it has. Lol. You can't park there, sir. Hang on. Nicholas Latifi is inside me. One of us started on the wrong side of the grid. We might find that this race is going to be me lapping at the back on my own for 53 laps. And if it is, it'll be a long afternoon for me. And for those live on the Twitch stream, it's going to be a relatively short video for you guys on YouTube. But taking advantage of some very slow runners around turns 1 and 2, but now I anticipate everyone's going to show their top speed. Or Verstappen trying to go around the outside of me. I nearly lost my back end there. And certainly, we're seeing a lot of straight line speed showing itself already. As those in front look to pull away, but hopefully others will have damage or create scenarios in which they get damage. You never know. There might be the occasional safety car with it being in the rain as well. 3 wide into the Ascari chicane here. Albon's gone straight on. Verstappen was losing grip as well. I am tank slapping all over the place. And Verstappen has... Oh, that's a big crash. That's a big crash. That is drivers out of the race behind us. Did Verstappen hit me, I wonder? We'll have a look. So let's ride on board with him. No, he's just lost it. He's just lost it off the curb. And then... Oh my god. So how many retirements are there going to be here then? So Verstappen's going to spin around. There's 3 behind him. Verstappen just absolutely loses it in the turbulent air off my car. Then there's Yuki Tsunoda there that's going to get wiped out as well. That's a front wing and a tyre off Sebastian... No, that's Lance Stroll because the Canadian flag's on the top of his helmet. And then Latifi is just going to thread the needle and get through the middle. So Max Verstappen, I think, still in the race. Yuki Tsunoda, I think, still in the race. But Lance Stroll certainly out of it. And, yeah, Yeah, that's quite a mess there, isn't it? Has to be a safety car. Yeah, or virtual safety.
Okay, slow down.
Virtual
slow
safety
down.
car only.
Negative, which means you're going
Lance
too
Stroll
fast.
is out.
Reduce your pace.
Full safety car. Okay, so it's
being informed
upgraded.
due to increasing risks, they're moving from a virtual to a full safety car. Full safety car.
Full safety car then. Gee, it's no surprise. The safety car is coming out there in front of Alex Albon, look. We should be allowed to go past it till it picks up the leader. So I'm not going to immediately end up being a lap down. Please overtake the safety car, Alex. Oh, the safety car's letting us through, thank you. Oh, God, he slowed down. So, only the one retirement. Yuki Tsunoda in the pits. Latifi's been able to continue on. And Tsunoda's going to get right back up to the back of the gaggle anyway. So, actually, other than... Well, Verstappen's pitting too. Other than Lance Stroll, everyone else has kind of gotten away with that. Max is very, very lucky indeed. Very lucky, because he just dropped it behind me then. Which is kind of what I've been doing so far in the wet as well.
Okay, let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap. When the field accelerates,
Right, we're off.
remember there's no overtaking until the timing line. Safety car in
We're off,
this
we're
lap.
underway. And now is when I might end up going down to last. I'm going to try and go up the inside. But lots of people are thinking about doing the same. We head around the outside here like we did before. Warning for a collision with Zhou. I don't even know where Zhou is. He's right behind me. I didn't even know I'd hit him. Up to 16th.
Overtake and burn off some of this energy.
Yeah, I'm going to try, mate. I'm just trying to defend from Zhou Guan Yu at the minute, if you don't mind. Max Verstappen's on his way through as well. I know it was Albon behind. I thought it was Verstappen. Of course, no DRS in wet weather conditions or dangerous conditions. You can occasionally, you do occasionally get some DRS when it's only drizzling, but for the time being, they're leaving DRS disabled because it is heavily raining.
The rain's getting lighter now, but it's going to take a while for the track to dry out.
Okay, so the rain is already getting lighter apparently. That's intriguing. Chaos up in front as there's an Alpine a long way wide. Esteban Ocon. I don't know what happened there. We might pause it and have a look. Seems like there's absolute chaos here today. He's going around the outside of Valtteri Bottas and then just can't slow the car down. Just couldn't slow it down in time. Chaos at Monza is certainly going to be the title of this video, isn't it? Oh, they said China's coming too as well in the announcement, did they? That's good news. Anything about Sepang? Would love to hear about Sepang. Verstappen's going to get me here, isn't he? Not really much I can do about that. Although it was twitchy again. Use my battery to try and stick with. P17 for the time being. We'll keep plugging away. Hopefully the Nürburgring, hopefully Sepang, who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. Thanks for the follow, Boiling. Welcome to the channel, mate. Boiling Ollie. At the minute, able to manage my battery quite well, actually. And because it's still quite congested in places, it's like gaggles of cars everywhere, so they're slowing each other up through some of the tighter turns, and we're able to stick with them. But it is a struggle right now. Green flag says to me that there's been a yellow somewhere. And there's a McLaren that's not going very quickly at all. That McLaren is Lando Norris. Now, is he just having an engine blowout and retiring, or has he got damage? No, he's just got an engine blowout. His car has gone pop. That is Lando Norris out of the Grand Prix. Just trying to stick with them for now. In the dry, I think we're actually more competitive in the wet than we are in the dry because no one's got DRS. They're not like DRS training away from me. Braking as hard as I possibly can so I don't run into the back of Max Verstappen. Verstappen's having a look at Esteban Ocon in front. About 1.5 seconds behind at the minute. We're not getting threatened by Zhou Guan Yu behind though, which is intriguing. So whilst those in front are pulling away from me, those behind aren't necessarily catching. The longer these guys fight, the longer I can stay in touch with them, but I am going to need them to fight considerably for basically the whole race if I'm to stick with them all. lap 10 of 53 and still status quo in P16. 2 retirements thus far. Teo's gone deep there, and that's going to slow Max and he up, which unfortunately means that those in front of them are going to get further away, and I've been really, really, really slow there. And now Zhou Guanyu's interested. Max is having a look at Teo. I'm going to go slightly defensive here. He's not going to get around the outside of me there, Zhou Guanyu, although Max Verstappen has been able to take Teo Pourchaire. So our teammate's down to 15th, although he's going for it on Max Verstappen and trying to get himself back up to 14th. Go on, Teo, showing a bit of fight against the world champion. You love to see it. Rate that. Teo Pourchaire putting in a good performance here and trying his best to maintain that race seat for next season. I highly doubt we'll be keeping him on for Season 2. We'll probably be looking for someone slightly faster, but he has had some good performances at times this year, also some terrible ones. So he's pretty inconsistent as a driver, but he's consistently holding Max Verstappen at bay here in this race. Thanks for the follow, Demon. How are you, my man? Appreciate you dropping in, pal. Max has taken Teo again. Whoa! Teo got right out of shape, and that put me off, and then I nearly got right out of shape. Oh, we nearly had both Chesnoid racing cars spinning around the Ascari chicane. That was very awkward for a moment there. Still quite comfortably holding off Zhou Guanyu behind. He's only really made one attempt to try and overtake me. I think it's mainly because we've been able to manage our battery quite well. In the rain, we're competitive-ish here at Monza. In the dry is when I probably start to fall backwards.
Okay, I think we're still the
Going
right
for it.
tyres for the time being.
We are going for it. Yellow flag. Debris everywhere. Debris flying. Seb is... Whoa! Seb is out. Seb is out. Sebastian Vettel genuinely retiring from the race. What happens here? They get feisty in front. He just lost it under braking. Loses his front wing. And that must have done some significant damage because he's genuinely just pulling off the track to retire. Why he's retiring with just a damaged front wing, I'm not sure. But Sebi's out now. That shouldn't cause any sort of safety car at all. We're up to P15. And right behind Teo. I don't think anyone else picked up any damage from that other than Sebastian Vettel. So everyone else will probably continue on. Unfortunately, it has meant that those behind have gained by about a second and a half as well, frustratingly. But it's another position for us. We're up to P15. And the rain is not far away from stopping now at all. I will initially set mediums as my next tyre, but I'm not sure how confident I am that the others aren't going to do the same. If the others go to hards, then I'll definitely put the mediums on. If they go to mediums, I'll probably match them, but I'll contemplate softs. Definitely thinking about softs, that's for sure. No one's in yet, though. He's definitely drying up. Gasly's going slowly, by the way. I don't know whether he's carrying some God, don't know whether I'm carrying damage now. Don't know whether he's carrying some damage, but Teo has reeled him in. And the two Chesnoid racing cars are right with Pierre Gasly, which is very important for me with my rivalry. Teo's now going for it on Pierre. And if Pierre is slowing, I want to take advantage of that if we can. Can both of us get past him on this lap? Teo up to P13 now. He's definitely slow. I'll ask about the car in front.
Gasly's ahead of...
I'll do that whilst not crashing. Oh, now I've lost the ability to... speak to my engineer. So let me save, restart the game, and then... then we'll try it. Find out what's wrong with Gasly. Buggy bug. Right, let's ask about Pierre, shall we?
Gasly's ahead of you, and gap to the car in front is 1.0 seconds. They're on old intermediates. They've done 21 laps on those tyres. We think they've got one more stop. And the time last lap was a 1:30.9.
Well, we've seen off Pierre. He must just be struggling with tyre wear, maybe? I mean, he might genuinely have some damage from battling with Max Verstappen, but I don't know. Pierre Gasly is really slow right now. Just drifting back. We didn't mention anything with the engineer to say that there was an issue with his car. He's just not very quick. Well, the weather report said that it was going to rain again after the dry running. So we'll wait and see. But at the minute, no further rain detected. As we say thank you to Solom for the 12th month. A brand new 1-year badge for you in chat, that. Thank you, mate. The rain is actually probably helping us here. When it gets to full dry running, that's when we'll actually start to fall backwards. But DRS has been enabled now. And I think whatever the AI do, I'm going to go one step softer.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
Yep, 24, soft. No one else has pit yet. Is my teammate going to come in, or is he giving me priority? Nope, we're going to be the first to make the change. We're not the first to make the change. There's someone else in the pits ahead of me. It's Valtteri Bottas, but my teammate has gone straight on. So the team have prioritised me. Others are coming in now as well. This might work really heavily in our favour, but we're going to need a very, very good stop, please, lads. 2.5 seconds isn't bad. But soft.
Alright, we'll be doing one more stop today. One stop left.
Tsunoda's gone to the mediums, intriguingly. Tsunoda has gone to the mediums. Now we just need to wait and see when it's going to rain again. Keep an eye on the gap to Zhou Guanyu. That will be the thing that will decide whether we are going to make much ground or not. Bottas 6.3 seconds ahead. But the rain was keeping us competitive. I am slower than everyone else in the dry. Wants me to stop lap 40. Lap 40 for another set of softs. Which are new. Because, of course, we saved loads of tyres by not getting out of bloody qualifying. They've gone to mediums, though. Okay, so we are a step softer than a couple of the other... The majority have gone to mediums. This is intriguing, then. So we're on a different strategy. They are going to try medium to the end, and we're going to try and soft to the end. We're past Zhou Guanyu again, which is good news. Teo is in front of me on his cold mediums. So we're going to try and catch our teammate. We've not seemingly gained any time yet.
Good job.
In fact, we've actually lost about a second and a half. But on these softs, we should be significantly quicker than those on the mediums. I'd like to think. We will find out. I'll just put in a purple sector 1, so certainly we've got some pace for the time being.
7 seconds.
Faster than anyone in the first sector that time around. Albeit I then just ballsed up the first lesmo and lost myself a couple of tenths. Alex Albon has now taken Zhou Guanyu behind. Never mind, they're still fighting. The longer they fight, the easier it's going to be for me to try and stay ahead of them. But at the minute, even though I'm on a compound softer, I can't seem to catch my bloody teammate on those mediums. I keep fucking up the Lesmo as well. Thanks for following Tesco's Finest. Welcome to the channel, mate. And Manuel and Molborg and Priority Gaming and Behinucci. Thank you very much for the follows, guys.
Teo's ahead of you. Our gap to the car in front is 2.0 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, they've got 4 laps on their tyres. Your last lap time was a 1 minute 23.7. Okay, so you're gaining by 1/10 a lap.
Yeah, they're not stopping again. Those on the mediums are going to the end. And we're not necessarily gaining anything on them at the minute. As you can tell, gap to Teo is just the same. And the majority of them have gone on to mediums, so they're going to be going to the end.
The car ahead is 2.3 seconds.
We will definitely be finishing lower than 14th, I think. But it may rain again. We don't know yet. If I'd have gone onto the mediums, I wouldn't have been competitive. I'd have been slower than everyone, and I'd have just fallen backwards. I had to go to the softs to ensure that I was as competitive as possible because of the AI's obvious strengths in a straight line this year on this game.
We think we might see some rain. ETA about 15 minutes. Okay,
15 minutes now. So apparently the rain is 15 minutes away now, not 10. A delay in the rain, which is going to ensure that we do have to pit again for another set of soft tyres probably before the rain comes, which is an absolute killer. So I'm at the point now where my soft tyres are fading and those that are on the mediums are starting to come into their own now because they've still got the tyre life to push on, and we on these softs do not. The gap to Alex Albon is still hovering, but I think he's battling with Zhou Guanyu, which is actually saving me a little bit here. At the minute, it's looking like I'm going to have to pit for another set of dry weather tyres anyway. Do I bite the bullet and pit now for another set of softs and get some quicker laps done? Or do I just try and hang out on this worn set of softs until the end, till the rain comes? That's the question I'm asking myself now. I could pit and try and nail it for a few laps, or just do what we did at Zandvoort and just hang out on these tyres as long as we possibly can and pray that the rain comes. Bottas is pitting, I'm pitting too. If Bottas is pitting, I'm pitting too.
Okay, we can take you this lap.
Bottas is coming in for another set. He's gone for mediums. Okay. So Bottas has gone for mediums to the end, whereas I'm going to go on the softs, hoping that the rain comes before the end of the race.
That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting.
So now I've just got to pray that the medium... There's a couple of others behind me stopping as well. We have now been lapped by Charles Leclerc, so that means we don't have to worry about fuel at all between now and the end of the race. We can just gun it. So we've dropped to 17th, not 19th, because others around us pit too, which is actually, again, given us a real helping hand. Now, Bottas is on fresh mediums. Tsunoda is also on fresh mediums, but it's a case of whether we can make any inroads on our teammate, and those other drivers that have stayed out on worn mediums. Now I'm hoping the rain comes quite heavily around about lap 45. So we're gaining on our teammate by about 1.5 seconds lap as well. Albon is pitting.
Our gap to the car in front is
23.7.
seconds.
I was only 2 tenths quicker than my teammate on that lap. But we've overtaken Alex Albon now. He's had to pit for another set of dry weather tyres. So we're up to P16, and we know that you can quite clearly see that rain is going to come again.
We're expecting it in around 5 minutes. 5 minutes until the rain.
It's definitely the right idea to pit, I think. Because our old tyres would have been so dead by now. So dead by now. These tyres are already 15% worn, so just imagine what the last ones would have been like. Right, those cars in front are going to have to start slowing down for Charles Leclerc soon. Annoyingly, I'm also going to have to start slowing down for Sainz, and then both Mercedes and Sergio Perez as well. I just wanted DRS. It's going to be lap 42 of 53. And to be fair, we crossed the start-finish line before I get the chance to activate it. It's going to be lap 43 of 53. And finally, I have my first DRS of the race. These guys are all just going to hold each other up. So hopefully I can just stick in their DRS. It might just have been Perez falling back through, and the two Mercedes will disappear. We'll find out. Oh my God, lads, I'm running P6. Can you believe it? We're right with them. I can see the podium places in front of me. Oh, he's getting slippery.
Okay, copy that.
We're pitting this lap for a set of inters. The track is dying. There's barely any raindrops, but the track is just completely soaked already. Annoyingly, my teammate and all of those that are just 10 or so seconds down the road are going to get the chance to pit without having to do an extra lap in the wet on their dry tyres. Now, presumably, one of the Mercedes will carry on here because the AI don't double stack.
DRS has been disabled by
They should, but they're not.
DRS will be offline
So we're into the pits, and we're pitting for a set of Inters again. Till the end of the Grand Prix, which is only 6 laps or so away now. Oh my god! They all just came out like mad, didn't they? Look at that.
Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that.
I was mental. Gasly's now right with me.
Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this.
Gasly and Albon right behind. Latifi still out on medium tyres, so that's him screwed. Gasly's quick though. Gasly's really bloody quick. Zhou Guan Yu's in the pits now as well, but he'll come out ahead of us. Don't turn into me, don't turn into me, don't turn into me. Thank you. Zhou Guan Yu's out of the pits now at the end of the straight. And Pierre Gasly is coming for me. Yeah, we're only going to lap 52, of course, aren't we? We have been lapped, so 4 laps to go. 49, 50, 1 and 2. I think Pierre Gasly's going to have me, though. Not really much I can do about this. I'm using all of my battery. He's just... Why would you pull over in front of me and then brake? He's literally... Watch. He pulls across in front of me there and then brakes. He brakes there. Cheers, then. Thanks, Pierre. I'll be ready for it this time. Not that I was ready to brake. Bollocks. Difference in straight line speed is just stupid. I like the audio change though. Oh, he's gone defensive. I wasn't expecting that. That's both Williams behind us. One of which is second, the other 25. We are 16th of 18. And now having to slow up to let George Russell through, which is annoying.
Blue flag, blue
Come on
flag.
then, George. Go round me, you arse. Thank you. Alex Albon is now within 7 tenths of me.
And we're still happy that we're on the right tyres at the moment.
Yeah, you don't say. 3 laps to go. Really surprised that Gasly hasn't let Russell through on that straight, to be honest. He's going to let him through here. And we're going to say, "Ta very much, Pierre." Or are we? No, straight line speed again. Bloody hell. It's gone defensive again. I'll go around the outside of you then, mate. You don't mind?
Okay,
Goodbye.
4
Thank you,
laps
Pierre.
still remaining.
P15 back again. I don't know where this P11's come from Teo. Look at this trailer. Look, I am using battery and accelerated off Parabolica the same way that Gasly did, but he's just so much faster. Sorry, Pierre. I am keeping this place. I put my car exactly where it needs to be to ensure that you don't get past me. Alex Albon is getting interested in Gasly now, which is hopefully going to slow him up a little bit, trying to ensure that Albon is still in this and still part of the fight. Meaning that Gasly's not solely focused on overtaking me. He's still got half an eye in his mirror because Alex Albon's there. Starting our final lap then, 52 of 3. Still with Gasly half a second or so behind. Alex Albon about the same behind him. What's been an incredibly difficult Italian Grand Prix is going to come away with a relatively respectable finish. We are still, on paper, the second worst car on the grid. And somehow we are still outperforming that. Somehow Teo is going to pull out a P11 in this Grand Prix. Charles Leclerc is about to win the... In fact, Charles Leclerc has just won the race. And my teammate is about to cross the line right behind him. He's the second driver over the line, but I think Teo just managed to pit the Alfa Romeo to a P11 finish. So that is hands down Teo's best finish of the season. Now I'm in a straight drag here with Gasly to see who can get the bloody line first. I do not want to be overtaken on the last corner on the last lap. Thank you very much. He's going to have a look. But thankfully he had the outside line, not the inside. We're a little bit slow on throttle pickup. I'm just going to use battery and get me to the line. Sorry, Pierre, you battled hard, but we just had enough.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
I don't know whether I'm happy with P15 at Monza or I'm not happy with P15 at Monza. I think in ordinary circumstances, I'd be a bit frustrated. But because of the nature of the AI and their straight line speed this year on the game, I think actually we've done quite well there. I think that's a decent, respectable finish. 15 of 18 ahead of Gasly, which is huge. Actually, I hadn't even tweaked. It's huge for our rivalry. Is my fastest lap faster than his? It is as well. We might just have won the rivalry in the last race of it. I'm not sure what race is next. We have just won the rivalry in the last race of it. Take that, Pierre. Take the 1,000 to claim off that. Thank you very much. Team is up to level 13 now. We get an extra 500 grand from our sponsors. Oh, thank God for that. 17. What's round 17? Singapore? Is it Singapore after Italy? It is Singapore after Italy. Yikes. And we've got a big gap as well, so we're going to be able to spend some resource points and hopefully improve our second driver too. Weight training there. Let's do some driver promotion. An aerodynamics upgrade. And that as well. We can actually do all of them. I don't want to focus on the power department though. Well, they're all going to go up 10% anyway, so they all go up 17.5%, and that's fine, isn't it? Right, what can we do R&D wise? I don't know, as 1,000 resource points is actually enough to do anything. Can't do anything there, can't do anything there. Aero, we could do the wing mirrors for drag reduction. That could help our straight line speed. It will help our straight line speed. I'm going to do that. That leaves me with just 241 left, so we'll advance time. Great. Simulator Sunward Gym. Experience or racecraft? I'll go for racecraft for our second driver, and hopefully Teo can continue to put in some good performances then. Hopefully lots of things will pass in the run-up to the Singapore Grand Prix. We can have any more... We're going to have any more activities to be able to put on? No, we're not going to get any more activities. So things are passing. Is the car going to improve compared to other teams? Wing mirrors done. Engine cover done. Unfortunately, we are still the second slowest team. And Aston Martin and AlphaTauri are just ahead of us, but I've won my rivalry now. Is there anything else I want to do before? I've not got enough resource points to do anything, I don't think. In powertrain or durability wise we can do for 600? I don't think so. 560 for the energy store, but that's not a problem. Gearbox 658. I've not got enough for the MG UK. No, we can't do anything. Engine cover's done though, that's good news. Wing mirrors are done, that's good news too. And that will be where we end it for this YouTube video then. Thank you very much. Hang on. I am going to Give myself... Oh, I need to be driver level 15 to be able to get the next level. Bollocks. I was going to up my resource point improvement. Engine wear down. Driver acclaim boost. I don't really want either of those. I don't need either of those. But certainly the resource point boost will be the next one that I do. I'll save my money for now. Or do I spend it on one of my facilities? Do I do fabrication or build time on chassis? I might do build time on chassis or aero, actually. Let's do build time. Oh, it's 4.5 million. Okay, I genuinely can't afford to do anything then. We could maybe up the resource point No, that needs 3 million for that. Bloody hell, it's so expensive. 2.2 million in the chassis department. Do I spend that? I might save it for now. I'm going to save it for now. That's where we'll end then. That's all then. Thank you very much for watching the YouTube video. Make sure you drop the video a like if you've enjoyed and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more. Link in the description down below to the Twitch channel so you can watch these live. Be great to have you across. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.